What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name's Scyushi and we're back with more Trove. We've got some exciting news today. So, for those of you that have been a little bit out of the loop, we've talked about this on streams and stuff, but they have been teasing the latest update for Trove on their Twitter. Now, I know. They gotta deal with the duping first. It's kind of weird that they're talking about this, but they're not fixing all of the duping stuff. But whatever, we've got other videos that ramble about all of that stuff, so we're not going to spend any more time than we need to rambling about that. Last thing, just before we get into it, I just want to apologize for my couple days of no Trove videos. I've been trying to still have regular videos, but I've been a bit sick, just under the weather. So anyways, here's the first image. And at first, a lot of us were thinking, those look like Leviathans. Could this be a Leviathan overhaul? And then that got us thinking, maybe it's some sort of new end game, because Leviathans could be, well, they could be end game. Now I'm not so sure. Now I'm thinking that this might actually just be Leviathan models, but reused in another aspect of the game. Because at first, if we overanalyze this picture, it looked like it was the Everdark just in the background. And that's what kind of had us all thinking, maybe they'll actually overhaul the Everdark and that'll be more interesting. Nope, that's not it. And I've got more hints for you guys, but we'll get into it. Lastly, on this image, I did notice this item in the back. I wonder if that's just a new resource. Maybe it's just an enemy, or maybe this is all just related to some stupid new profession. I mean, let's be real, as far as Trove is concerned, pretty much anything that they end up adding at this point has been parasitic in its design. And I know that sounds negative, but it's most of all just because you got the base game, and then every update that they put out is an aspect of the game that's completely segmented in its own right, that barely feeds into the overall spectrum of the game. So even, you know, gear crafting is the only one that really affected the entirety of the game, just because gear affects the entirety of the game. But as far as like the new professions, you know, fishing overhaul, whatever else, all of those are kind of just doing their own thing where they just give you mastery and that's about it. Anyways, I'm hoping that this update is more than that. Now, to further explain that this is actually nothing to do with the Everdark, let's take a look at the next image that they recently posted. What is that in the background? It looks like the desert, but I don't really recognize how some of those rocks are designed, and we'll get into that. But this is very, very strange, because now this is starting to look like underwater creatures. Like, this is completely different than what we just saw, right? And that has me like really confused and perplexed, because we thought we had a pretty good understanding of what this was going to be, and it just kind of made sense. Oh, well, they'll overhaul like one of the main aspects of the game because it's easy to do. But this is looking like something new. This makes me think, are they overhauling every biome? Is this the ocean biome or something like that? No. Check this out. So that was an official post that they made on their TikTok. Shoutouts to Chronicle, because I don't follow their TikTok, and he sent me the video clip, implying to me that we're getting a new area. Like, that's not just going to end up being a simple new biome. That's a new world, because if it was going to be something as simple as like U12, for example, it would follow the string of the Prime worlds. But this is something different. Now, it is kind of close to the geode hub area, so maybe it's an other type of geode area. I don't know. It could just easily string itself down there. But honestly, it seems like it might just be like its own thing, like completely unique all on its own. Now, obviously, at this point, all we can really do is just speculate. And I honestly don't know what to think of this. At first, I thought, well, if they do an overhaul of the Leviathans, it means we'll probably just get crystal perma torches, which would be super lame. The only other thing that I thought of is maybe they're gonna end up giving us crystal 5 rings, which would be equally lame. But this might actually be the big update that they've been teasing and that we've been waiting for a really, really long time. Now, I'm not trying to, get everyone's hopes up because we've been let down time and time again. But frankly speaking, I still will die on this hill that players are currently too powerful for anything in this game. And it just stands to reason that it's because they have something else coming. And the reason why even Crystal 5 gear, for example, worthless, throwaway. Nobody needed Crystal 5, right? Most people don't even bother getting Crystal 5, and you're in your right not to, because you don't need it. Once you get Crystal 4, you can pretty much handle everything in U11 anyways. Crystal 5 just makes it a little bit easier. But my theory is they're allowing players to catch up, to get stronger, to get ready for whatever the heck this is. So I don't know. I mean, they keep teasing it and teasing it, which tells me that this is most likely going to hit on the test server in a week or two. Who knows? But you know me, I'll cover pretty much everything when it does end up going live. That pretty much covers it for today, though. I just wanted to kind of share my thoughts, share my theories. We can't really overanalyze it because it's all just voxels and stuff and there's not much to it. I do want to mention with this second image here, if you're thinking like me that crocodile guy looks like the candy barb doing his epic pose, not, because the original tweet actually is a GIF and it kind of shows it's really, really janky. You can check it out on their Twitter. I don't really feel like recording it just for this video because it's really, really janky and even has a frame that is like off. Anyways, it's not the candy barb. Suffice to say, it seems like it's new enemy types with their own unique animations or something. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with it. That's gonna do it for me today. I appreciate you watching and I hope that you enjoyed. Smash like, sub for more because obviously we're going to cover all this when it ends up coming out. And pardon me on my slight hiatus. Even right now, after recording this video, I can feel my throat being a little bit tight. And that's probably just going to end up getting a lot worse because I have to try and stay awake longer and longer to switch back to a daytime schedule. Most of all for myself and just personal errands that I gotta be running next week. But also just because usually I found when I wake up super early, I can get to editing right away and then I can get videos out to you guys. Because otherwise when I'm on a night shift, for whatever reason, I get really behind on my work. But I think that's also just because I'm sick. Anyways, if you want to watch another one of my videos, you can check this one out right here, YouTube recommends, or you can check out my most recent upload right up here. Thank you so, so much for your positivity and support, guys. Really, really appreciate it and really excited for whatever this is.